with multiple jumps, like more than two, is they, like at a low level, they tend to jump out of Hisson a lot more because they have more jumps to spend. And so that's something to where maybe something to where the pit jumped above the punish, and a nice little mix-up. I know DDD's used that mix-up a lot. Ooh, and gets maybe one on the other side, but hey, this is looking real close. Got the bite throw with the 2 extra pummels, or I don't, I guess you could call that a pummel, but yeah. And uses the reflector. Cherry Bomb told me that the reflector was actually buffed in a recent patch, which is pretty good. And that was a very strange interaction. I guess the multi-hit maybe got rid of the reflector thing, but hey, good stuff from Jamal and winner side of Grands. And it looks like we're going to have the winner of Ben and Zook versus Zamboni next on stream. All right, sweet. Okay, so now we have loser semis, our first losers best of 5 match, and we have Zamboni and Ben. I know Ben has been at the top of the Liberty sphere specifically since the beginning of Ultimate, pretty much, and pretty solid in Smash 4 as well, but really came into stride when Pac-Man ended up being pretty good in this game. And Zamboni, he's been the young gun. He's actually been improving a lot since the pandemic, and used to be a Paisley main, but switched to Wolf and has been having pretty good results, and has a positive record on Sash. It's pretty good. And I know one thing, he's like, he's really wants to beat Ben. and I think this is the matchup he asked for, and so we'll probably see a close set. I know Spaceys are all kind of one of the more difficult matchups for Ben. You know, with Reflector is a basic one, but also just like
what? How did you make that back?
Rush down abilities. Ooh. And the aerial drift plus the Magna Hands kind of helps out and gets the tech. You can actually, you might be able to hear Ben say that. But yeah, pretty good recovery. I thought he was dead for sure. But and gets the high side B mix up. Very nice. Yeah, I think Noah, aka Zamboni, is very well rounded nowadays. I think he like, you know, even though Wolf is the character that might not have the best recovery, he's able to live a decent bit. As a 183, I think with how many times he was off stage, he'll probably take that. And here's the new test. Ooh, he doesn't get 40%. That's not bad. Typically, a Ledge Chop Galaga gives Ben 40 if he does it right. So he only takes 10. That could have been worse. And you know, Ben just likes to put on Hydra in the middle of the stage. Gets the up smash. A lot of hits there with or I don't know if it's a hitboxes, but it's pretty wide. So it's a good move out of shield, trying to cover area, stuff like that. And yeah, it goes for the melon, whatever you want to call it. And that's one that ooh. Yeah, that's what I actually haven't seen from Ben too often. Because typically he wants to chase the bell to go for a regrab. That's probably why Zamboni rolled, but he waited for it. Mistimed it a little bit, but that's a good mix-up from Ben. I think, you know, Zook, aka formerly Dirk, had a very positive record pre-pandemic. And he was saying how it's difficult to fight Ben now. And I think Ben, maybe a tad rusty. I think just everyone, like, you know, not to give him a pass and everyone else not a pass. But yeah, goes to the back air and lives that, but gets the orange. Very nice. But yeah, Jaquan was saying just like it's tough to fight Ben if you haven't fought him in a while. You know, he's got some tricks, and maybe the more experience you have, the more you're used to him. But he's not just a Dark Souls boss with the same stuff every time. He is an adapting human being. Believe it or not, Ben is a human being. But yeah, when maybe goes for a Shine Rising aerial, but he might have doubled it to try to get that. But still doing real good, and I know he's fishing for Wolf Bear. Very strong move. That's actually a move that got Zook to make it farther in Smash Call one time. He got a fair bear like 70 kill, a really good nest from Soba. So yeah, that move has a very profound history. And yeah, Ben very used to things at ledge, and he can stall. I remember he was fighting Descalé the other week, and he was just stalling when Descalé Sephiroth was trying to do some either charge projectile shenanigans or whatever. And yeah, if you ever are surprised by Pac-Man making it back, you probably haven't seen Pac-Man enough. And that might have hit if there was no platform there, but doesn't quite get it. And I'd say Ben looking pretty comfortable here. Yeah, I know Zamboni on me, he actually does a lot where against neutral get up, he'll roll behind, do a back throw. And Wolf's back throw is not super strong, but I mean, it's strong enough to where it'll kill. And Ben takes the first game. So yeah, I think this being best of 5, I think it definitely gives the better player, or at least the higher seeded player, more chances to not lose pretty much. But I think it just gives more experience. At the end of the day, these weeklies are not for money or anything, and I think it's a little bit of bragging rights, maybe PR points here and there, but mainly it's just for experience. So I think this is a lot of people are getting some good matches. I remember even Jamal, who's someone that is a little, sandbags here and there, he was saying that he would go mains for Ben, and hey, look what happens. So pretty good turnout, and so we have a run back of the same matchup but on a different stage. This stage gives Wolf a wall jump. The top platform can sometimes get some early kills, and I think stages in this game are most of the time not a huge deal. We'll see people just run it back to PS2 all the time, but yeah, hides behind the hydrant. That's a classic. And but yeah, I mean, sometimes there'll be a difference enough, and that's a classic get up attack against a charging smash attack. So yeah, and Ben very comfortable. You don't see him SD hardly at all whenever he's charging a fruit, even though he's on this stage. It's pretty pretty close to the bottom blast zone. And yeah, and there's also a kind of a slant that is a little weird to work around. Who gets the early side beat, very nice. But yeah, I know on these kinds of stages with the top platform, that is, oh, I forgot. So the top platform kind of makes it harder for Ben to get his hydrant down sometimes. But if you see, there is a gap between the top platform and the side platforms. So a lot of times, if he jumps up, he'll probably aim to put down the hydrant right there. And just to go for the downer, but Wolf up B has pretty good hitbox actually. It's not super far, but it's pretty solid. And he makes it back, and just a lot of shenanigans there, and they're both alive. So yeah, see, he went for the hydrant right there. I think from playing Ben, play so many weeklies for the last 2-3 years. I guess it's about 2 full years. Or 2.5 really. But yeah, and doesn't quite get the up air, but he's taking a % lead. And yeah, Ben's definitely working in the up tilts into his platform underneath, just whatever, and gets the forward smash. Very strong move. Sometimes looks like a kind of a cheesy option, but those are very strong. The little ghost and Pac-Man has a wall jump. So that's something, even though Wolf benefits, Pac-Man benefits too. And gets the falling fair into a key. I actually didn't see him coming. I would have maybe expected a little bit more of like maybe a grab or something. But hey, I imagine throwing a key is a little bit faster than when Pac-Man's grabs come out. And throws the hydrant down. You're going to see him throw out the hydrant a ton. Yeah, one sec. And looks like I'm being summoned, but I'll finish this game. Yeah, so even though Zimoni took the first stock, oh man, that was the very bottom pixel of Yoshi's, and gets the up air read on the jump from ledge. Pretty smart play right here, and the falling down air, Pac-Man, that's some really good aerials, and that's one that is definitely good for kind of like a Wario down air off stage. Just good for edge guarding if you're coming down. Double fair out of a short hop. Gets the strawberry throw, and it's really good coverage from Ben. You know, Wolf is a pretty comboable character, so we're probably going to see. Well, actually not right now. He's probably going to be fishing for a kill, especially with a smaller stage. But yeah, looking for a back air, maybe a roll behind grab, but yeah, maybe with the lip, like, you know, a little bit nervous going for stuff, and he's probably just, you know. It's like, okay, if I miss, I either get up attack, but if I hit it, I might get a kill. So not a bad risk reward, especially if you're down like this. And goes for the back throw, not quite enough. Probably going to throw out, I thought he was going to throw out an orange or something. And it goes, jumps the ledge to get around the trampoline. And goes for the apple, not quite get it. And yeah, Ghost, definitely an option he'll go for a lot, is jump from ledge with a nair. You get a rising hitbox and not, you can't really be. You don't have too much vulnerability on the grounds. Ooh. And gets the Wolf back here. That's a strong move right there, especially with a little bit of rage in this game. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to play it.
I know he's definitely been wanting to play Ben and hopefully beat him. He's always been saying that. Gets the back throw. Yeah, and that was it. But yeah. Yeah, did you see the game he took? He got like a back air on Yoshi's at like 100 or something, like mid-stage. But yeah,
So close.
solid performance from the young gun. And
Now it's on.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the very close set we had in winners. That was last hit game 3. So we do have a run back here. They have played a lot. That might have been Robbie's first win against Ben. I'm not sure. But either way, I think this is it's definitely going to be a tight set. I know Robbie's also taken a lot of taken Ben in game 5, taken games before. He's definitely someone that has gotten progressively better. Going Cloud may seem like a mean pick, but his Cloud's pretty solid. Pretty sure he went Cloud in winners earlier today. I remember him having a 3-stock comeback against me with Cloud, so definitely don't want to sleep. So these two characters, both of them are not in Melee or PM. So what are your thoughts on them from your reactions, Mr. Pyro PM?
Right now, Pac-Man, he seems like a very defensive character, but can get a lot of damage down once he does get in. And while he can get that damage, he also can prevent people from getting in and getting damage on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he puts up the hydrant, which he's scrapping right now. There we go. But yeah. So these two guys are probably two of the best performing Liberty players. Of course, you have people like you have Tsunami, of course Frostbite, Zook, and Lightbrand outside of Liberty that have done very well. But for students specifically, they both had pretty good runs at the Arcadian a while back. Ben was actually the first seed. He underperformed a little bit, but still did pretty well. There was a lot of really good players. Yeah, I guess so. He'll go for the Galaga, and he'll do a ledge hop Galaga, and if he does a Galaga hit into an aerial and Galaga hit into aerial, he'll get 0 to 40 just like that. So he goes for that a lot. He got a few of the hits. Yeah, and so Cloud approaching with fair. He used to use Nair a lot, but that game since the last game, it's probably been nerfed to probably about half the size. Still has its uses here and there. Yeah, and the Hydrant has about an 18% threshold, so it has to be to get that much hit to be sent. But a lot of times it's the last hit, so I think that's something like I've heard in League of Legends about getting like last hits or whatever. So it's kind of like a lot of times Ben will let someone go out and and hit the hydrant with the first hit, he'll get a last hit and send it towards him.
Yeah, so use it as a damage bonus, so then he can use it for his purposes
Yeah.
and throw it out
Yeah,
later.
and he's putting it up to charge into better fruit because the better fruit are later. That's kind of intuitive there. But yeah, and item throws out of shield are really fast. Yeah, probably like Ben's or Ben. They're one and the same, Ben and Pac-Man. But Ooh gets the tomahawk over the hydrant, and yeah, maybe it went for the jump read there. But yeah, Pac-Man's grab was very, very bad last game, and it's a lot better. It's still kind of slow. It can catch. It's good for catching spot dodges and sometimes rolls, but it's still like, you know, as an outfield option, he's probably gonna go for Nair or a item throw. Yeah, and a lot of these items he's gonna try and catch for a second time, and so. Yeah, and it looks like he's going to get the third one. Yeah. Now, you can go down and try to get the third one, but sometimes Ben can get there on the second one. So, a lot of things that are a little tricky. And still a close game. So, you know, one thing that Cherry Bomb was saying earlier was that Robbie's actually a surprisingly patient player. So, you know, as Robbie is someone who's...
For as much as he talks
Yeah,
trash.
as much as he has some shenanigans, I would say, to put it nicely. He's actually very well-rounded, grinds a lot online, and, you know, he'll say he doesn't like playing against certain characters and all that, but if he needs to, he'll go for the win. And is a very solid player overall. Has a lot of hours in the game, a lot of characters he can play. You know, he has characters like he has a Greninja. He has you know, he's playing Wario, I think earlier.
You want to get on commentary?
I'm not just watching. There's some kind of Smash Bros. Yeah. Sick.
Ooh, and gets the jump read with the orange, whatever you call it. But yeah, Ben looking good right now. I think most people would predict that this will be a reset at least.
Yeah, Ben coming from losers has got a lot to work for to even have a shot at winning here right now.
Yeah, but I'd say he's favored. Definitely still able to be won by Jamal in set one, of course. We might see a switch. Yeah, I think Wolf is a character. We've seen some of the people that came today. Zukake has a pretty good Wolf. I don't think he played Wolf very much today.
And Zamboni last game taking game off Ben.
Alec was also here playing friendlies. He has a Wolf. But Wolf is a character. Frostbite in chat. 78 centers. Shoutouts. Wolf's just a character. Solid fundamentals and has a projectile. Has pretty good rush down capability, or projectile and a reflector. And yeah, some people will say it's like probably the best like single projectile in the game. Like, you know, of course, Pac-Man has some capabilities, some charge. Projectiles can be really good, but
having that one projectile be so good without having to charge it is very, very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in multiple games, just having a projectile that's that big and that fast is very strong to have as a neutral tool, and being able to snipe people off stage.
Yeah, and so a lot of the fruit that Ben uses to try and go for kills, a key is just a straight up kill move. It can go through hydrant, very strong. Ooh, actually, either smash the eyes or falls out of the down air there. But he'll go for a bell that he'll try to throw out a shield and try to angle into either a back air or a forward smash or no smash, just a some kind of smash attack. And yeah, and a combo one is a lot of time a Galaga. But an apple is surprisingly a good option to go for some. The apple's actually pretty good because it has a sharp downward angle, bounces a few times here and there.
If you like it,
And
you like it.
it's a solid option. And it puts the hydrant up, and yeah, so he goes for the dash attack. If you go for a smash attack on the hydrant, you might be able to break it, but then in the lag of your smash attack, Ben can just punish you. And so a dash attack is faster, but you don't get it, and so you're still vulnerable. Ben can attack you through the hydrant or keep charging. So Ben definitely has played this type of game, with behind the hydrant, charging fruit. He's played it a lot, so he's very experienced in it. He has said that some of his worst matchups are Spacey, specifically Falco. He had a really close set against Sash last week, and I believe he got double eliminated at Glitch by two pretty good Falcos. But I think, you know, he was confident he could have won if it was any other character, or if he just got a few things here and there. So I think Ben has pretty good peaks. Sometimes at a local level, he might slip up a little bit. Well, he's a pretty clutch guy, you know.
and gets the up smash. Very solid move. It kind of has a sweeping motion, and even if it doesn't always get the super strong hit, it'll probably get something.
It can at least catch you on the sides and push
Yeah,
you
for
into
sure.
the strong hit, maybe.
And so, you and I have definitely played involving Wolf before
Yeah.
in another game, Project M. Don't tell anyone. But
We're
yeah,
gonna get banned from
Wolf.
Twitch.
Okay. Mango played P+ on stream. I think he did. But yeah, maybe he wanted to recatch the apple there. But yeah, so Wolf is very different in this game. Even different from Brawl 2. And just goes for some grabs on the platform. Call him Hungry Box. Just staying on a platform, fishing for grabs. Like, hey, if he gets it, he's probably not going to get punished too much, specifically from Wolf at that angle, because he goes for the reverse and actually goes straight into it. But yeah, probably going to go for Bell there, and and good
getting the
pick up
follow
there.
up.
And that might have been enough either way, but solidifies it with the back air real solid. Back air is not a super, useful, or I mean, it's useful, but he's going to do other things, like go for a rising fair, nair out his shields, up air if they're above him, like that, down air if you're edge guarding. So back air is not, back air is almost always a good move from a character. But I'd say Pac-Man is pretty much just used for offstage killing and stuff.
Especially at that percent, and being able to follow up with it, it was a good, good option selected
And
by
Pac-Man
them.
will see him almost always get back. I know sometimes if you get a read on his recovery, gets the run back forward smash. Strong option there. And we're already at 2-0 set 1. So yeah.
I just have to pick against you. Robbie, you suck. Bye.
But yeah. A lot of trash talk. I'm sure they mean it in love. You know us guys, we're hard. We have a hard outer shell. It's all meant in love. I'm sure. But yeah, it is interesting to see all these little clicks here and there form. A lot of people have just through this game have met each other, and even living hours apart will still have a lot of good relationships and all that. And Gilbings, Steve, technically Enderman. That is,
Yeah, he went Steve a
that
bit in
might just
doubles.
be like, you know what, I'm fine with losing this set. I know that's been a strategy sometimes. It's like, you know what, I just don't want to. But I mean, Robbie's got some characters. He definitely has gone on record saying that Steve mains are very carried, which take that as you will. But
yeah, he did go Steve in doubles.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
his
played a
Steve-
little bit in winter side or
yeah,
winter
his
side.
Steve
bracket.
definitely 2v1 me and Justin, so I'm not gonna get on him too much. But yeah. This is probably a step down from his other characters, considering he has not hit Ben yet. But I mean,
All he's been
and-
doing is mining the
and
entire
gets
time.
the dash throw or whatever you call it. I mean, it worked. So you don't see Ben actually go for that, but I think he's feeling pretty confident and actually set up the blocks and trying to prevent Ben from doing a ledge off Galaga, and gets the backward swing of it. But yeah. So Steve, we're gonna see a lot of up tilts into up air combos at low percent. Yeah, I see he's trying to go for that, and then maybe could have gone for planning a block and then going off of it more, but gets the either the forward or back air. I forget which one. Yeah, a lot of times you're gonna go for a throw, not to really combo, because Steve doesn't really have combo throws, but you're gonna do it either to try read an option or to mine more, from what I've seen. And the up B, I mean, I guess he's only taking 4% of the time or whatever. He actually gets the read on the forward smash. Diamonds, as you can probably imagine, are pretty strong, but he gets it right back. One thing with the smash attacks can kill really early, especially with Bell, is a very non-committal option. It's the classic, do a non-committal option which will lead into the committal option, but you're already in advantage, so it's fine. And yeah, I guess the nair out of shield, definitely I can appreciate a good nair out of shield as the Yoshi main here. But yeah, and yeah, I guess the up air after missing the forward air. Yeah, this is looking pretty dominant from Ben. I think, of course, Robbie has a set to play with, so this is definitely something that can go good. And yeah, just the cherries and strawberries are not the strongest aerials, but they're fast. It's like you just charge a little bit, boom, and just throw out something. If you don't, it's like doing a Lucario or Samus or Mewtwo an uncharged or a semi-charged. If you just want to projectile out
just
there,
to cover space.
Yeah, exactly. You don't always.
You don't necessarily need something to
know,
kill. You just need something
and
for
gets
space.
the orange. And we got a
That'll
reset.
be a reset.
Yeah. Yeah. So Yeah, a lot of times people more casual, you know, we actually have Lucario main who probably started a little more casual but has improved a lot, and he's learned like you don't have to charge to full charge every time. It's like it's something to where it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but what's up? But yeah, it's like, you know what, just little things here and there, just putting out some smaller projectiles, not to get killed, but the bigger it is, the more like
just to control space and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
get into this position to where they can set up and then maybe charge more and get some damage down.
And we're
before
seeing
too
him
long.
go Rob. I forget if he went Rob.
He won his
Yeah,
his game against
I
Ben
forget
in
if he
winner-
went
in
game.
winner
I know
set
he
with
went
Rob.
Wolf and Steve. I forget what character he went game one, but either way, probably his best character in the matchup, and maybe even his best character like overall. So, yeah, Ben playing patient. A lot of people joke that Ben likes to time out everyone. Ben doesn't actually
He just
time out too many
sometimes just
people.
likes to sit behind a hydrant.
Yeah.
But he does go in or quite a few times just to get a
Yeah.
lot of damage down,
Yeah.
and then hide behind a hydrant to keep that lead.
Yeah, and like matchups that are very projectile dependent, like Me Gunner against Escalade versus Pac-Man, like that's one where naturally you're probably not going to have as many, you know, combos per second or like combos per minute, whatever. Like it's going to be a slower paced match, so it's not necessarily you didn't have to camp. It's probably just going to go to 4.5 minutes or 5 if you're playing aggressive, and then maybe go to time if need be, which a lot of times, especially like for melee, we'll see like you have to intentionally play for time. It's not, you're not going to get a time accidentally unless it's like
Definitely.
some crazy low tier like floaty matchup under your
Ice
hand or
climbers
something.
V puff or something.
Yeah. Like a lot of times.
You're not just gonna stumble across the timeout. You're gonna have to work for it. And usually most players don't have the patience to even attempt going for a timeout.
Yeah, and Ben has proven that before, so I think someone like they know that Ben is willing to do it, so they're going to be careful and about the time and sometimes go in if they need to. Yeah, and so Rob's side B is actually a reflector too, so that's probably why he didn't go for the key immediately when seeing that the Rob missed him. Yeah, and I think the platform's just a little bit too high to go for the bell angle there, but does get the forward smash. I mean, that was a little bit overkill, but hey, take what you can get. And actually misses. He actually was trying to go for the Galaga throw as he was falling past ledge instead of rising from ledge. Doesn't quite get it, but yeah, he hasn't quite gotten any damage yet. And that was very, very strange. We'll see Hydrant all the time. A lot of very strange shenanigans, just with the water, sometimes with the hitbox of it too.
Ben catching that gyro to get some extra damage up
Yeah,
or
and I
on
think
Rob.
everyone probably saw that Hydrant coming, so Robbie holding shield. But and gets the lasers. Wow, I'm surprised he lived there. And yeah, and that's one thing. I remember Retrobot from VT will use that downer a lot, and it has so much knockback that it'll go straight through the platform sometimes. And or not platform, trampoline, same thing. Yeah. But yeah, and the gyro is a very solid projectile. Probably not as good in this match compared to others, but is definitely a good move that is used a lot. You'll put it out there. Sometimes you can do the gyro nair, really cool combo that I'm sure a lot of people love. But yeah. What's up, Extreme? I was actually just talking about you a little bit because Ben was using the quicker projectiles, and I was saying like, you might have thought initially that if you have a chargeable projectile, you're supposed to charge it all the way. But if you're just throwing it out quick, sometimes it's good to cover space to get some quick damage here and there.
Their projectiles are really good for just keeping them on your projectiles.
And Robbie doing a good job of avoiding the bell. That's one thing that is definitely Pac-Man has some new players where like just certain things here and there actually get stunned by it. But and gets the hydrant stage spike. That's what happens if you're a really tall character. But yeah, Pac-Man has some new players. We'll see Galaga at ledge, Robbie not falling for it. Just something to where like Ben will have these every single time, and you have to be ready for them. So if you're not experienced, or if you're off your game, you're just gonna get these same things over and over. And Ben's not the kind of guy to play the same way every time. Like he adapts. I was saying earlier, he's not a Dark Souls boss that does the same thing over and over and over. Like he does them if they work, but he'll mix it up here and there, and actually gets the forward air against the hydrant, getting a lot of damage. So Rob is a character where he's seen as, some people call him cheesy and broken. Have you had the pleasure of facing a Rob yet?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah, he's a little more popular in this game compared to last game. But, you know, with so many characters, you're probably not going to see too many. But yeah, definitely Rob is someone where it's like, you feel like you can just hit him all the time. So Robs are probably going to be pretty good at evasion because they have to be, because they're so big. And gets it down there again. He got it the first stock, gets it again. Sends him straight through the trampoline right there. Yeah, gets it in there out of the shield, but fades it the wrong way, and also maybe not would have hit it, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, gets the recatch on the bell. Yeah, and maybe went for the pick up with gyro. That's one thing where gyro will kind of sit on the stage, and if you try to, sometimes one thing I'm sure you'll encounter Extreme is if you're trying to pick up the gyro, if it's not yours, you try to go towards it, but you're like not quite there to pick it up standing, but you're also pretty close to it, is you'll go into your dash and try to pick it up, and you'll keep running into it, take like 5 damage at a time, and gets the up smash. But yeah, that's one thing that that's a very silly thing. It's like, you know what, if you're looking at top player VODs, you're not going to see that happen very often, but things that are going to come up because you're not playing at the top level. So things like that is like, sometimes it's good to watch videos of local play with people having situations that you're probably going to encounter.
Yeah.
And let's see, Ben is up 1-0. He already came up fresh off of a 3-0 in the first set. So it's looking good for him, but you know, the person that sent him into losers is Jamal. So we can definitely, with this character too, so we can definitely see a comeback. And we have the same stage. You know, a lot of people feel like stages aren't always super affecting of gameplay. I know for Tri-State and Melee, a lot of times they just go all Battlefield. Like they just Battlefield, back to Battlefield, back to Battlefield. And so I know for me and some people, I'll just go back to PS2, and if I win, we'll just go to small Battlefield. Just like, it's a solid. It feels like, you know, that's why it's a neutral stage. And this one's technically a counter pick, but people can gentlemen's do it, it's whatever. It's like, you know what, I don't think the stage hurt me. I just want to play the same kind of game. I feel confident in my ability to win. Yeah. And so actually catches the gyro. That's one thing to where a more physical projectile is able to be caught. It's also able to be on the ground. So it's you know, you don't see a ton of projectiles. It's kind of like Link Bomb, but I guess like Link's Bomb in this game. Compared to the last game, they would explode a little more often, of course. Yeah, and you see him kind of do the little dancey thing. That's when he's going for gyro, but either it's off stage or he's still in the end lag of the gyro. It's a little bit of a timer, you know. Gets the up air, not quite enough. Yeah, Ben going for up tilt a lot more on under platforms. That's definitely really good because, like, you know, sometimes if you get a read, you can go for, and he maybe DI'd the up air wrong. It's kind of weird depending on which way Rob is facing. Goes for the back air, and maybe if he was at the last percent and he has a little bit of rage, he would get that kill. Gets the back air, a little stealth from last time. Yeah. So, do you think Rob's going to live much longer? Do you think he's going to hit 200?
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he's going to find a way to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, he's getting close. The hydrant didn't kill him. So.
Yeah, we might see the next hit him, and oop, barely kills with the hydrant, and he might have gotten to 200 there. I'm not sure. But yeah. Rob down tilt, really good option. It's if you use it fast enough, it can be safe on shield unless they have a really fast out of shield option. Yeah, it can trip them. It can lead to a grab. A lot of times, so the Rob can't hold the gyro until after he throws it. Ooh, yeah, that's a really good one. If they're trapped between the gyro, he can do down tilt. They hit the gyro, down tilt, something like that, and gets the side B. That's how he won the set and winners. So Robbie already with the lead right here. But yeah, so the Rob has to throw the gyro before he can pick it back up. But if he picks it up, he can't grab someone. So a lot of times what the Rob will do is that he'll throw the gyro down, then run up, grab, and then do whatever, and then the gyro stays there for a long time. He gets the gyro. Ben, if he wasn't careful, might have died from that. And doesn't get down air this time. Definitely faced a lot of down airs earlier. Yeah, gets the gyro throw, but you know, Pac-Man. If you go for, I'm not sure if that was the correct range to able to edge guard that, so good stuff from Ben. But you definitely, wherever the little fruit is for the side B, you can hit that, specifically like a spike. So that's probably what he's going for. And yeah, so he's going to go for probably a down throw, certain percents. Falling there is not a bad one. Probably not going to combo into a lot of this percent. But yeah. So, do you know about the different kinds of mashing moves or moves that send you in the ground? And gets a rando side B, maybe not so rando, but technically Northern Cave. But yeah, so Jamal takes his first game of Grand Finals. How did set 1 go, J-High? It went 3-0. It was pretty solid from Ben. And Robbie kind of went some different characters. He actually went Enderman game 3. So I think it's kind of like, you know what? The more he lost in set 1, he's like, I might as well just go different characters and really prepare save myself for set 2 pretty much. And staying Rob, I think we're probably going to see all games go Pac-Man Rob. You know, Ben has a few campy characters. He has like a Link from the last game, maybe Wii Fit, Duck Hunt, Game & Watch, Me Gunner, like kind of the characters you would expect a more campy playstyle to have. But I imagine he's sticking it out with Pac-Man. You don't ever see him go a different character unless he's, you know, either trying to play the new DLC or, you know, plow on his round 1 or something. It gets a bunch of down tilts. That was a pretty silly interaction, but, you know, that's how it be. It's like, you know what? I feel confident in this. I just want to keep pressing A. You know, as people might call him Masher. We have a few Mashers here in Lynchburg, myself included. Masher gang, what's up? Gets a Nair out of shield after reading the second part of Rob Nair. And let's see. And the gyro actually hitting the hydrant a little bit. Very strange interaction. Like, ooh, that was really smart. He puts the gyro on the ledge, or right above the ledge. Really solid option. It's a little bit more of a Rob Smash 4 technique, but still real solid. Misses the side B afterwards, but yeah, we're seeing, you know, two technical projectiles that stay there a long time are hydrant and gyro, and you know, Pac-Man has technically recatchable items, but they go away pretty fast. And yeah, okay, so Rob down throw is technically a move that's there are moves that ground, like K-roll down throw, K-roll down tilt. Rob down throw, I guess technically DDD down B, but there's a different amount. Ooh, and reads gets so out of the way of the back throw, doesn't quite get the back air. But pretty much Rob's down throw, I guess also Banjo-Kazooie down throw. But there's a different time for how long they keep you in the ground. And at a lower percent, of course, it's a lot easier to mash out. A higher percent, that's when it becomes harder. But Rob's down throw is one of the lesser, has less time on it. Like, I'm pretty sure DDD down B, if he gets that hit on you, that's the longest in the game. Maybe it's changed since DLC. I'm pretty sure that was the longest. K-roll down throw's a lot more than K-roll down throw. But of course, it's easier to get a throw compared to his big slam thing. But yeah, so Rob is a character that has a pretty quick mashable, or like mash outable throw. But he can go for an up tilt, he can go for an up smash. A lot of times if he goes for the up tilt, he'll go for an up air. And depending on how he faces, he kind of has this weird trajectory that sometimes will kill earlier than it probably should. But Ben looking pretty solid. He actually didn't get hit by that earlier. So, that was like a double hit of the Galaga. I'm not sure. That looked a little cheesy. That's another thing where it's like, SMH, I hate Pac-Man, like what people feel all the time, and maybe was trying to go for a short hop throw, but yeah. And I know I think Robbie wanted to go to Kalos, and that was a very strange interaction there. But both of them are living, so yeah. I think he likes using that platform. It's nice for recovering. You know, if you need to, you can jump from ledge and air dodge, or you can just try to aim for that instead of going for ledge. So a nice little option, but you could also use it as a combo extension, which it looked like he wanted to go for that earlier with the I thought that was a kill for sure. Yeah, gyro actually is pretty slow, but it's not a bad option if you're throwing it. And yeah, I was like, I actually wasn't sure. Ooh, maybe not the best DI there, but I mean, hey, at that percent, even if you're a pretty big metal guy, you're probably gonna die. Yeah, and probably he didn't read Ben going that way. Yeah, and Ben just putting on the pressure. You can do a double fair out of a short hop. Really solid. Yeah, gets a double up air. Maybe could have air dodged out, but you don't want to air dodge into the ground and get red to like a forward smash or something. And that's another move where I know Retchabot from Virginia Tech, he was a Rob in Smash 4, and he always liked to use side B, and it wasn't that good of a move. And Rob wasn't even that good of a character. But now, if you'll probably end up getting hit by side B just in Mewtwo. So watch out for that. Kids, watch out for Rob side B. But yeah, so what is your favorite Pac-Man stream?
Oh man.
And
I like Apple. Apple balances a lot. It's out in the distance.
yeah, it can surprise people. I think it's a pretty good option. I remember I always loved the clip of Ben being in a crew battle, and he was against Barking Frog, a really good player.
There's Apple.
Dude, are you a prophet? That's what's up, man. Wow. All right, can you update it? But yeah, so Ben was playing against Barking Frog, a really good Inkling from UMD, and it was last hit of I think Ben was down to his last stock, and Barking Frog was one, and then there was another guy in reserve, and so Ben went for he got the apple. I'm pretty sure he did a apple throw on the hydrant. He forwarded the hydrant to pick up the apple, and then double jumped above the shielding Inkling, and enough shield damage had been done from the hydrant that he shield poked the apple. And it was in the middle of a crew battle. It was holy crap. Of course, that was a little less extravagant, but it works.
Yeah.
He was at low percent, and apple's a lot less time to get, because I think the it's somewhere in the middle, because Bell and Key are probably the most killing ones. Sometimes an orange, it's a nice, if you're edge guarding. But yeah, so this is the potential tournament life for Jamal. Of course, how the tournament works, every number one person has to lose twice. And they both lost once, losing to each other. So this is very solid. And Ben DI's out of that side B. Probably wouldn't have died, but you never know. It's nice damage. And Spot Dog's down tilt, pretty solid escape option there. And yeah, so Rob is going to, a lot of times he'll mix up his up B, and if he's recovering low, he'll probably do an up air near the ledge, and he'll sometimes jumps out to like a Mega Man type of thing. So yeah, he was trying to read Ben's neutral get up, or jump, or attack, and maybe not attack, but if he gets by the gyro, he'll spring that way, and then he'll try to side B again. So it's a little bit of some big brain stuff with reading all the trajectories and stuff. But yeah, so how many seconds before Ben gets the next hydrant? Probably 3, 2, there we go. It was there was no hydrant, so must do hydrants. Very, very funny. You're gonna see Ben throw out hydrants as much as possible. He's gonna not leave damage on the floor, if he can get it. And ooh, that's where Rob, the big guy right there, probably most characters will not get hit by that, but ends up getting hit by that bell, but actually doesn't die. So yeah, we're probably gonna see, yeah. So he's got the nice little hydrant right there, with the platform too. And so even though Robbie picked the stage, with the hydrant there, you're gonna have to either land on the platform, drop through, fall straight through the platform, or try and get around the hydrant to get to him. So he's just pretty safe charging that. So Robbie's a pretty solid percent lead. And yeah, gets a retouch of the bell, gets his shield up in time. That was really close. I'm seeing a lot of E reverses here and there, trying to mix up their movement and stuff. Ooh, tries to go for the grab. Oh, wow, that was a risky get up, but he actually gets it. And gets the back end. Alright. So I think from this, it looks like who do you think is gonna take the next time? I'm not.
I have no idea. It could go either way. I mean, obviously Robbie right now, he has.
Yeah, solid percent lead, but you see Ben is living a ton. He's living till the late 150s, 160s, the back half of the hundreds, pretty much almost every stop. Sometimes he might die to a side B at 70 or 80, or maybe get edge guarded by a down air. But most of the time, he's going to live a long time, especially with his recovery. It's going to be mixing up. And Robbie does have a little bit of percent, but Ben's slowly gaining it back. Yeah, watches out for the raw back air, because the Rob, he'll go for a back air,
and he'll kind of drift away, so it's kind of hard to punish. It's not the quickest move, and it also it's good for recovery because it changes his momentum a little bit. And yeah, I expected a grab, but I guess a run-up grab with Pac-Man probably not the safest option there. And ooh, maybe wanted to try and mix up, maybe use the hydrant to extend his hitbox a little bit. And ooh, it's almost that even. It was Ben. Ben took the first stock. And 78 Cinders coming in saying Robert sucks, the synonym for butt. And I think that's a probably difficult achievement to do that necessarily. But
The thing is, I actually know his name is not Robert.
oh really?
He's in one of my roommate's classes, and I look over and I noticed it was Robbie's profile picture, and I was like, oh, is that Robbie? And I thought it was Robert Jamal White or something.
Yeah.
I may remember just doxed Robbie.
Yeah. Well, I knew his last name was White. But, so like we'll see his last name right, or his in-game tag right now is Miss Allie, which is Justice's last name. So they always talk about each other's moms. Very wholesome stuff here at Liberty. But you know how it is. People kind of messing around a little bit. But yeah, goes for the up tilt. I keep calling it out. I feel like a broken record. But he's definitely been mixing in up tilts. We don't see that super often. And they actually both get their projectiles out, and they're both really high in percent. Ooh, maybe I think Ben holding up his shield, maybe worried about a grab there, and gets the back air, and Ben takes it. Very close games. A 6-1 in grands may look like not super close, but they're all pretty close, especially with Robbie taking it in winners. So a solid fight. You know,
What was the score for the reset?
it was 3-0, 3-1. All right. Good stuff today, sir. Way to bring it back. And thank you everyone for watching. I think I'm helping my girlfriend move, so I won't be able to. But I'm pretty sure Justin's going, and maybe Cherry Bomb too. So I think Blitz maybe. I don't know, but the person hasn't really done a great job of advertising, to be honest. But because they literally only told T yes. See you, Ronnie. See you. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll probably cut these up into VODs later. Put them on YouTube. We have a tournament tomorrow. Also check out some tournaments. We probably won't do Thursday anymore, but we'll maybe do some stuff on the weekends here and there. Join our Discord, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And